What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's a brand new episode of Pub Sports Radio, and we're going to be talking some prize picks today. But I brought along a great friend. It's not just going to be your old pal, Liam Picks Fights. We brought along the genius behind DFS by the numbers, my friend and yours, Brady. What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight? And are you excited about UFC 276?
What's up, man? Yeah, I'm pretty tired. It's late, but how can you not be excited about this 12-fight banger? Man, I'm looking forward to pretty much every single fight. I think the main card's phenomenal, and yeah, ready to make some money on prize picks, on betting, on DraftKings. Should be a very fun night for sure.
Absolutely, brother. And I know for sure that we're going to share some of our looks here as well, because there's fights from the prelims all the way to the main event that have really captured our attention on this fight card. There's a lot of great picks. But first and foremost, we're going to kick it over to you, and you're going to drop some plays for the people, and then I'll round it out on the other side. So, Brady, what's your first play on a prize picks perspective for this week?
All right, so my first play is going to be that Alexander Volkanovski over 133.5 significant strikes. You take a look at both fights, really. Take a look at their first fight, and Volkanovski put up, let me double check here, he put up 157 significant strikes. In the second fight, he put up 137 significant strikes, and you do see that Volkanovski averages 6.63 significant strikes. So just looking at the numbers, if this fight was to go 5 rounds, which I think it does, Max Holloway very durable. If it does go 5 rounds, and if he does get close to his numbers there, he's going to land around 165. So yeah, I think the over is pretty good. He's hit it in both their fights. I don't really see anything changing here. Max Holloway, very hittable. Like I said, very durable. I think the over is the way to go, and I think we're getting a nice price on that. The next one is going to be Sean O'Malley over 100.5 significant strikes. I really like this one. Sean O'Malley lands 8.26 significant strikes per minute, and Pedro Munoz eats punches with his face, absorbing 6.09 significant strikes per minute. I think O'Malley puts on an absolute clinic, and I think a lot of people, take a look at O'Malley. He's a knockout guy. He's knocking out guys like Eddie Wineland, Paiva, guys like that. But Pedro Munoz is a guy that has 7 losses, none of them by knockout. This guy has a great chin. I think O'Malley puts on a striking clinic without knocking him out, going to decision and putting up a lot of significant strikes. If he was to hit that 8.26 per minute average, and if this fight does go 15 minutes, you're looking at 123 significant strikes. So I like that over in the O'Malley fight. And then I take a look at some unders here. I know you, Liam, agree on this one. The Tavares under 14.75 in terms of the fight minutes. Basically, Dricus Du Plessis in 18 professional fights, I believe it is. Let me double check there. I think it's 18. Yeah, I think 18. 18 professional fights. Got it right. He has never seen the scorecards win or loss. He has that 100% finish rate in his wins. Lots of submissions, lots of knockouts, tons of power. He showed it off in his first 2 UFC fights with back-to-back knockout wins. And then he has lost in both of his fights inside the distance as well. Tavares, not much of a finisher, but Du Plessis, you're getting a guy who's never been to decision, win or loss there. I like that under. And then finally, have the under in the Adesanya fantasy score. 110.5 just seems like way too much for Adesanya, especially how I kind of see this fight playing out. Adesanya is a guy that kind of, low volume in terms of the DraftKings points, averaging 82.8 DraftKings points per fight there. You take a look at his last fights. He had 75 in a fight that went 5 rounds against Whitaker, 85 against Vettori, 35 in a loss against Blachowicz, 102 against Costa, 49 against Romero, and that was in a win. 106 against Whitaker. He's only hit that over, I believe, in 2 fights against Derek Brunson, first round finish there, and then against Kelvin Gastelum in that 5-round war. Everything else has went under that 110, and kind of how I see the fight playing out, I see it being kind of a low-paced fight. Adesanya sticking on the outside. He's not going to go for takedowns. Maybe he can knock out Cannonier, but I think that under is a really good look. So those are my favorite 4 plays, Liam. I know you agree on one of those, but yeah, I think they're all pretty solid there.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you, my man. I think that we've hit some good spots there. And there's a fight that I'm going to direct attention to that we have not directed attention to yet as well, which is Andre Muniz is going to be taking on Uriah Hall. That's going to be one of the prelim fights, and I'm very excited about it for a number of reasons. Number one, I think that Andre Muniz is one of the best jiu-jitsu prospects in the UFC. On top of that, I think in the middleweight division, him and Adolfo Vieira are pretty clearly amongst the best grapplers that we have to offer. So with that being said, he's taking on Uriah Hall here, who has not really been submitted before, but I think that this could be the fight that changes everything. Eric Anders had never been submitted before. Jacare Souza is a legend of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but this guy is a third-degree black belt. He's a very, very serious Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, and on top of that, his subs are lethal. The guy can break your arm. He can choke you unconscious. He's very, very competent in all positions, and I think if he gets a hold of Uriah Hall's arm, he's going to be taking it home with him. What we've seen from Andre Muniz is that he has that kill or be killed style. Brady was talking about Dricus du Plessis, 16 wins, and all of them are inside the distance. 2 losses, both of them inside the distance, right? So this fight, Andre Muniz, he's very similar, right? Most of his losses have been by first round knockout. How could Uriah Hall win this fight? He could win it by first round knockout. So that's why I prefer the under 5 minutes as projected fight time. However, if you think maybe Andre Muniz has to extend this to the second round, maybe he gets 2-3 takedowns before Uriah Hall breaks in the grappling, okay, then you look to target the over on the projected fantasy score, because I think that Andre Muniz has a potential to grapple Uriah Hall to a decision, but I think more often than not, if they're grappling for any extended period of time, it will give Muniz a chance to get that finish. But if he's stuck on the feet, if he can't get the takedowns, if he's not moving his head, Uriah Hall is a prime candidate to add another knockout to the resume of Andre Muniz. So for that reason, I think the under 5 minutes is the best fight prop to target there on Prize Picks. Now, if you're looking at the Brad Tavares fight, Brady already explained this to some extent, so I won't go too deep here. But Brad Tavares actually has 2 UFC knockouts. I will point attention to that. He's mostly won it by decision, but you have to also take into account Brad Tavares has oftentimes succeeded as a counter wrestler, as a counter grappler. He's done very well against people that have wanted to wrestle and grapple with him in the UFC. I don't think that du Plessis is necessarily going to bring that game plan. Yes, he's done some of that regionally. Yes, he could do that potentially in this fight. But what I think more often than not is that we're going to see these two guys exchange. And in that kind of fight, Dricus du Plessis has been finished in both of his professional losses. We know that that's always a possibility. And we know that Dricus du Plessis carries an insane amount of power. He has 2 UFC finishes already. He has all of his wins by finish outside the organization. Most of this guy's wins and losses are taking place in that very first round. So I think the first and second round is what I wanted to say there. So I think that as far as I'm concerned, Dricus du Plessis is a kill or be killed fighter. Andre Muniz, you could say the same. And for that reason, targeting unders for these guys' fight time is something that seems like a sound look for me this week. And remember, if you guys haven't ever tried this before, go on prizepicks.com. Use that promo code PUBSPORTS. They're going to 100% match you on your deposit up to $100. So if you guys want to get involved, if you want to try it out, if you want to tail our picks, if you want to fade our picks, all of that's welcome. But we're letting you know where our action is going to be, and we're letting you know what kind of plays that we like. So if you agree with us, go ahead and drop a comment below. Let us know, hey, I think I'm going to ride with you. If you think, hey, I don't really see it on this play, no problem. Let us know what you're rolling with, so maybe we can add that into our Prize Picks entries this week as well. Brady, do you have any closing thoughts for the people, my man?
No, I think we covered it all. Those were the kind of the 4 that stuck out. I'm glad we agree on that Tavares under there. But yeah, man, should be fun. Looking forward to make some money. Looking forward to kill it on Prize Picks this week, dude.
Absolutely, brother. I can't agree more. I think that this is a fantastic card. I think we've gotten some great looks on Prize Picks for the people. And so we're wishing you guys all the very best of luck, whether it's with your bets, whether it's with your Prize Picks entries, whether it's just sitting back and enjoying the fights. UFC 276 can't get here soon.
Come find out on Saturday, too. Come find out how it pans out on Saturday, too.
100%, because you know what we do every week on this channel. You can catch us live, whether it's me, Brady, Mills, Billy. We've got a ton of great guys, Wheezy, that stop by the panel, Clint as well from Die Hard MMA, all the Pub Sports Radio names you know and love on Saturday night, breaking it down live, giving you the plays as they're happening, letting you know Cash Shavkat Lakmanov with us, trying to give you guys a chance. So don't miss out on Saturday night. We're always going live, dropping gems for the people. So guys, thank you so much for rocking with us. It's been another great episode. We be pubbing. Come back next week. We'll have all the same fun again.